Auntie Mimi, can you tell me a story?
The little lioness who found her roar. In a peaceful jungle, there lived a little lioness named Lila. She was the youngest of all the animals and was known for being a little afraid of everything. She would run away when the wind howled too loudly, hide behind the trees when the rain fell too hard, and even be scared of the other animals playing too close to her. One sunny afternoon, while Lila was resting under a big tree, an elderly lion named King Leo walked by. He saw how the little lioness flinched at every sound and asked, "Lila, why do you hide from everything?" Lila looked up at King Leo and said, "It is because I am afraid. What if something bad happens?" King Leo smiled gently. "Fear is very natural, Lila. But bravery is about doing what's right, even when you are scared. Sit, let me tell you a story." So Lila sat and the story began. Once upon a time, in the country far away south, through which flows the river Nile, there lived a king who had only one child called Samba. Now, from the time Samba could walk, he showed signs of being afraid of everything. And as he grew older, he became more frightened. At first, his father's friends made light of it. They said to each other, "It is strange to see a boy of our race running into a hut because of an elephant, or trembling with fear when a dog half his size comes near. But after all, he's only a baby, and when he's older, he'll be as brave as the rest." Years passed, and Samba had become a tall and strong young man. He was good natured, pleasant, and liked by all. However, during his father's hunting parties, he was rarely seen because he was afraid of every danger. Soon, people began to worry. They said, "Prince Samba will soon be king, and then he will cease to be a child. But with a fearful king like him, who will defend us against thieves and robbers?" Neither Samba nor the king had a response for the people. A few weeks later, the villagers woke up to see that they had been robbed. A party of avengers set out to find the thieves, but Prince Samba was nowhere to be found because he was afraid. When he came out to comfort the people, they pointed at him and said, "There goes Samba the coward, prince who was afraid of everything." Filled with so much shame, Samba made up his mind to leave his land for one where peace reigned and danger ceased to exist. The journey was far from easy. On his way to this peaceful land, he came across dogs, lions, and tigers. But just like before, Samba hid from them all. But as he approached the new city, Samba looked back and saw his old home in flames. A fire had broken out in the palace, and all his friends, family, and loved ones were trapped. Even those who mocked him, they couldn't escape because the fire blocked their way. Samba was terrified, but he knew he had to be brave. He ran through the thick smoke and guided all the members of the palace to safety. Even though he was very afraid, his bravery saved everyone that day. Lila's eyes sparkled with wonder. So even though he was afraid, he still helped? "Yes," King Leo said. "Bravery doesn't mean you don't feel fear. It means you keep going even when you are afraid." The very next day, a loud thunderstorm shook the jungle. The other animals were frightened, and many of them hid in their homes. Layla too was nervous, but she remembered King Leo's words. Bravery doesn't mean no fear. It means doing what's right even when you are scared. So Lila stood tall. She took a deep breath and went to comfort her friends. She helped the baby animals into their burrows and even led the monkey to a safer place. By the time the storm passed, the jungle was calm again. The animals gathered around Lila and cheered. Lila, you were so brave. From that day on, Lila was known as a little lioness who faced her fears and helped others, showing everyone that bravery isn't about being fearless. It's about caring for others and standing strong even when you are scared.